Hello lovelies, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. Just spotted a little snail. I hope you're all well. I am. Oh, chilly day. Sun is trying to come out though. Thank you. I think that's the, what time is it? Is that the 1 o'clock train? It's too early. Anyway, yes, going to get on today with a couple of jobs. Sort of long overdue, not that. Oh, right, I need to get my head together. One of the jobs I've been wanting to do all summer, but it wasn't a priority, so I've left it. But now I really want to get on with it, and it's all to do with the potting shed. I'll show you inside in a second, tell you what I'm up to. And yeah, one of the reasons for getting on with it today is because it's a dry day, and I've looked at the forecast. I can see a forecast for 2 weeks ahead, and literally this is the last dry day for the next 2 weeks, and I don't know beyond the next 2 weeks. It could be raining now until next March. So yeah, dry day, let's get on. So there was quite a lot to do, and last night the light was fading, but I've got a motion sensor light out here, so this was done almost in the dark. Getting the, oh hello Buzzy, getting the shed emptied, and then we had some rain overnight that wasn't supposed to happen. Grr, so things got a bit damp. Never mind, hopefully in the air now they're drying. So yeah, okay, potty shed's mostly emptied, we'll go in there in a second, but I've got now on the table, and I'll show you, it's chaos out here. I've got all my pots out, and I need to have a sort out because, for example, I've got 400 pots here in the plastic ones. I haven't counted up my terracotta. It doesn't look it because they stack, you know, when you put them in the size order, they stack really small. I kept all my pots when I left the allotment, and partly because I was able to get all 400 pots into one box to be able to pack away into my flat in London, so it was in the back of the wardrobe, so when people came to view the property when I was selling, yeah, it's fine. I simply don't need 400 pots anymore. I was trying to think about the scale of my gardening now compared with the allotment. It's probably about 1/10 of what I was doing in London. So maybe I could say, well, have 1/10 of the pots, 40 pots. I'm not sure I'll get it down quite so low. So for example, the other thing is, over the last few years, I've built up my collection of these really sturdy modules, small ones, and then the larger ones. You've seen these before. So the small ones really do away with my need for, I've got tons of them, these really tiny little individual pots, teeny tiny. These were really useful though. If I had the modules, I'd maybe start 1-2 tomato seeds in one of these. So for example, I've got a seed tray here. These I will keep. So seed trays, the ones with the holes, as opposed to gravel trays, no holes. So I could have started all my tomatoes in here. Then you're filling the whole tray with compost. That uses up quite a bit of compost. Whereas if I just put compost in the pot and put the pots in, you can see all the space around the pot. That's compost I'm not having to use. So having these little pots, it just helped to cut down on the amount of compost used. Of course, and I don't have it to hand, I also used to make my own paper pots, which end up being about the size, the diameter of a loo roll. Again, put those in rather than filling this whole tray with compost. So these are really good way of, it's really small amounts, but over the years, less compost waste. So these little pots were great, but now I've got the modules, I simply don't need them. They were really good for celery as well when I'm pricking out celery because it's so tiny. I've got loads of this size, I've got the bigger ones. These are the ones I normally prick out and pot on. It might be in 2 stages. I might go from a small with the tomatoes into that size, eventually into that size to bring them on. The ones I might think about keeping are the square pots. Again, just because you can, with them being a square, you can pack loads into a tray. Really useful. But yeah, I've got my work cut out in terms of deciding what can go. I need to think about it. I need to think quite carefully about it. Fortunately, I've had this whole year of growing here, not whole year, the main growing season, the summer I've had here. So I know, for instance, 24 tomatoes was more than enough. The tray, the sowing tray is 28, so it's probably going to be that I'll always end up with 28 plants. Give a few to my neighbours, yay, because my neighbours have admired my tomatoes this year. So that will help me to kind of decide how many of the bigger pots I need. But all of these, I mean, there's just masses and masses. Look, I don't know how many's in there, 10, 20, there's probably about 50 pots in this roll. Those I used to use, this size I used to use for starting cocoa de pampole. If the bed wasn't ready for them, I'd start them in the pots. So yeah, it's time to have a big clear out. Most of them I'm going to donate them to the Emporium. It's a second-hand place in Swanage. It's like a charity shop. Their philosophy is let's not have any landfill. They'll take pretty much anything and try to find a new home, and whatever money they make from it goes towards the Loft, which is a community, a sort of drop-in centre. They do hot lunches there for a donation. So yeah, that's where I think the majority will go to. I think these little ones, I don't know what it is about them, but they're close to my heart for some reason. I don't know why. So I might put those in my shop so that one of you might end up with them. Right, so that's the pots. But yeah, like I said, this is one day of dry, so it might be that I cart this lot indoors to do the sort out indoors, and then I can just have a big, I don't have any carrier bags, but I can have a big bin sack of the ones I'm going to give to the Emporium, pop it by the front door and take it down one day later in the week. I know that I'm keeping my modules, I know that I'm keeping all my trays, propagator lids, that sort of stuff. I think realistically, looking around, the only stuff I'll be getting rid of are the plant pots. Right, let me show you the main reason for doing all this and doing it while it's dry. Right, well you can see I've made the garden chaos again. So all my long bits are here. I've got 2 hoes. Actually, I only need 1 hoe, so I need to think about which one. Again, I'll donate to the Emporium. My beam poles, my washing line, that's the one in the black cover. all my bits of pot, little just odds and ends of paint. Obviously all the pots, trays, and then all these that are on the floor upturned because they were on the table, but like I said, we had a bit of unexpected rain, so they're just upside down to, drain and dry off. I do have more than this, but the others are still in use. I've put them back upside down for now because, like I said, we've got 2 weeks of rain coming. I don't want them sitting in the trays getting absolutely soaked. The other slightly annoying thing with the rain was this rush chair was out. It got damp, so I might have to bring that in my house to just get it dried off. And then, watering cans, propagator lids, riddle, all sorts of bits and bobs, more bits and bobs, hose, perlite, the tiniest bit of compost that was left over, brooms. Actually, I've got a couple of brooms I don't need. So the reason it was all dragged out, actually I've not finished dragging it out, is so I can tackle this space. You can probably see, you see on the floor, this is all render. Look on the top there, so I've had to brush off all the pots. If you remember back to, I think it was the very beginning of June, might even have been the end of May, I had the asbestos in here removed, and it left this bare render. It's a pretty old render, and as you can see it's very crumbly, and I didn't realise quite how crumbly it was going to be, but literally every time I've come in and out of here to get anything, I brush past the wall, more goes on the floor. Every time I shut the door, and I don't even slam it, but every time I shut the door I can hear inside the tinkle tinkle. So that's my job for today, is to get the rest of the render off and get it all bagged up in rubble sacks. I've got bits and bobs of rubbish I need to have cleared from the garden anyway. I've been waiting though, in terms of let's get this done and get all the rubbish removed in one go. And then this is also going to go. This used to have my DVD player and DVDs and all sorts of bits stashed underneath in my living room in London, and it was really useful when I first moved in. Great, I've got somewhere I can stack things, brilliant. But it's such a narrow space anyway. It's only 77 centimetres across. It's really been in the way. So the plan is this will go, and then I'm going to have shelves for the back wall. I found I'm going to get some a bookcase. It's basically a bookcase, and I'll have a bookcase to sit in the back there. And then also where I've got little wooden wedges in the wall, you can see the little wooden wedges they're in to help when they were putting the render on. I can use those as little points I can put nails or screws or hooks in them to hang a few bits if I need. You see, they're all the way up there as well, so that might be a useful bit of hanging space. But get my storage onto the back wall, get rid of this, and then that means, and I'm coming back now to the chairs, but especially the rush one. The rush one does fit in there, and it's been in there since August. But what I'd like to be able to do is have room for all my chairs. So those two, this one, and the metal one there, little metal bistro chair that I used to have as my kitchen table chair. I'd like to be able to get them all in here for winter, because even though these chairs are supposed to be all weather, I just think, let's get them put away. Maybe putting them away will get 10% more out of them, in terms of, rather than them lasting 9 years, maybe they'll last 10 years. Hopefully they'll last even longer than that. So let me go and find my equipment, because I do need equipment for here, and then we can start. We're right at the end of October, forgot to say, and October hasn't been a great month. It's not been a great month at all. It has not been much fun at all. So I'm kind of hoping today that this is going to be a bit of fun. I hope so. I mean, I think it's going to be work, but hopefully, have a bit of fun with it too. So, very important, airway protector. I'm really muffled. Just give that, there are usually bands, sort of little metal strips on the top. Give it a good pinch. Make sure you've got a good seal. I do not want to be inhaling any of this. Eye protection. Now, hammer. So the other thing I should have said is, you could think, it's really damp in here as well, but you could think about spraying as you go, just to help suppress some of the dust. Unfortunately, as I mentioned the other day, my squirter sprayer, I can't see my goggles are steaming. My squirter sprayer thing has gone on the fritz. Also, with these goggles, they are a seal all the way around. Well, slight flack there, rather than the spec types, just because it's going to be so dusty. I don't want any little particle of dust to get into my eyes. It's really hard to see though, so all I'm going to do is gently tap away at it, and it will, did you hear that thud? And it's just going to start falling away. Should start falling away. So I'm going to get back to the bare brick. And once I am back to the brick, so bring in a bit. I don't want to bring you too close. I don't want to get dust in my camera. Oh, you're on the wonk. You're massively on the wonk. I can't remember where my chisel is, but I might need my chisel. Yeah, what I was going to say is, right at the end, I've got a stiff wire brush, so I can give all another going over with the wire brush. Oh, got it down my top. Oh, I've got it down my top. That is uncomfortable. I might have to use the claw end. But yeah, it's not going to be quick. I'm not going to keep you here the whole time. I'm going to get hot doing it. I'm steaming up my goggles. So join me in I don't know, 3 hours or so. Hopefully, is it going to take me 3 hours? It might take me more, but at least I'm underway. Yay! Get those jobs done. Oh, I forgot my glasses. Oh, good piece. Oh, the joy of working in a confined space. Oh, this is going to be a really good one. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Claw in, so I'm going from the top instead of from the bottom. Claw in and just levering it sort of off the stone. It's like, it feels like, this is the hard bit. There's it's like there's two layers, and where that back layer has lost its bond with the stone, it's coming off relatively easily, like there. But then I hit another bit like this, and it's really hard. Oh, another good chunk. Right. I think I need to strip a layer off. I'm getting pretty warm. Oh, I want to get a bit going. Oh. It is really hard work. That's good. Every now and again I get to a bit and it goes and it runs off dead easy, but mostly not. I need to bear for a second. You see my goggles have completely steamed up. I'm going to use the viewfinder as a mirror. Yep, dripping with sweat. Oh, the surface level of the floor is now about 6 inches higher. Oh, God, Bennett. Oh. Rome wasn't built in a day. I've gone up quite far on this side. I need to get the step ladders though, because yeah, I can't safely reach. Oh, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Let me show you the floor. Yeah, I have raised the floor. Oh, God, Bennett. Yeah, it's hard work, but it's good. There's progress. This is a tricky little section. It doesn't want to come off, but I think I'm mostly off up to about that line. I need my step ladders. Back wall, yeah, mostly done. And then this side wall, what you can see, so this white was all the way along, so you can see I've done about a couple of foot coming down, a couple of sticky bits that don't want to budge. Then work on this, and then this large section still to do. Oh, Gordon Bennett, but it's progress. It's progress. Let me have you around here. Yeah, I'm sweating. I think you can see, but I don't know if you'll be able to. I can't see what you're seeing. Hang on. Sorry, woman handling you again. I don't know if you can. Oh, can you make that out inside my glasses? My goggles, they are completely misted up. Oh, sweaty. Right. I'm going to get back to it and see if I can make the floor even higher. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, la la. Oh. I can't see a thing. Oh. That. Oh. That might do. What's the time? I'm just going to go and check the time. I think I got my 1 o'clock. Earlier on, it wasn't the 1 o'clock train, wasn't the 1 o'clock, it was 11:10 or something. I'm just going to go and check the time. Give me a sec. It's just gone 2. Oh, I've just noticed, because the sun has come out today, I've just noticed how blue the sea looks today after so many grey days. So that's just a bit over 3 hours of continual hammering. Oh, my right arm is like jelly now. There's one. Oh, hello, Puss. Hello, Smeg. Smeg. Always goes straight in. That's next door neighbour's house. It's gone straight in my kitchen. Yeah, there's one bit right in the top corner. It's so stubborn. I kind of can't get the angle. And another bit down here in the corner. But right, 2 o'clock. I'll be losing the light before I know it. So I think what I should do. Step ladders out. Let me show. Oh, rubble. Hang on. I'll show you the rubble. Yeah, I think I'm just about done. This is now. it's just. It looks like. Oh, am I being an Egyptologist? Am I excavating a tomb? Right. I mean, it's obviously it's spread out into the garden a bit. Not too far. Not too bad. So obviously I'm now going to give the walls a brush off with a stiff brush, but it's just right in that top corner. I'll zoom in a bit for you. Right in there. I just can't get the angle to swing my hammer at it because, well, the roof is in the way. I mean, it's so solidly on, I don't think it's going to come off in a hurry. Yeah, stiff brush. And then there's this another little patch down here. Can you see where it's slightly protruding? It's like the Rosetta Stone. One of the issues has been that this kind of, the mortar that was under the render, this mortar is a very similar colour to the stone. So, oh, that's another little section I missed. It's a very similar colour to the stone, and with the eye mask on, I'm kind of almost working blind because it's so steamed up. But yeah, good job, Vivi. Right, I think the next thing is I need to go and drink a gallon of water, get the step ladders out of here and brushed before I take them indoors, and then start to get all this rubble into rubble sacks. And yeah, like I said, I might, because it's going to be raining from tomorrow, so I'm sort of just thinking out loud, so I might, for my pots, I can take those inside to sort them out. These I want to put in boxes until I'm getting some old shelves. Yeah, I might have to just put all of this stuff, all of these bits indoors, not the chairs, and then just for tonight, once I've got the rubble out of the way, put my tall things in. Oh, so much work, you know. It's one of the, let me have a little sit down a second. Hold up. I did get hot and I did take layer off. It's that kind of job, isn't it, where, like I said, my right arm, my hammering arm, is now jelly. Doing that for 3 hours, one motion for 3 hours. Look, my hair is soaked with sweat. I don't care. I've got gritty all down my clothes. No, what I was going to say is, when you finish that bit of the job, like the hacking hammer, you think, oh, great, finished, put my feet up. But actually, it's only the start, isn't it? Because now the clear up. And I had a wide metal sort of hand shovel in London, also left it there. Tried to buy one down here because I knew I was going to be doing this job, and I could only find a really narrow one, like a coal scuttle one, but it'll have to do. So I'm going to dust everywhere. I'm going to start sacking up all the rubble. Water first. I really, really need to get some water down me. I've got mask face. Right, good stuff. Oh, it's happening. Super annoying. I'm sitting on them now. I bought, here it is. I bought what I thought was a roll of rubble sacks. I did have one left over from previous job in the front. Anyway, I didn't get rubble sacks. These are garden sacks, and they are nowhere near strong enough. So, what did I can't remember where I put my phone to check the time. It must be about 20 past 2:30. Yeah, because that's the 2:30 train, or 2 train, or whatever it is. Anyway, so I think it's one of those days where, you know, it just goes to show in life, doesn't it? You have to be flexible and you have to be adaptable and all of that. It actually took me longer to get that render off than I thought, because I thought because every time I shut the door so much of it fell off, I thought, it's going to fall off in an hour. You know, obviously it's taken much longer. So we will lose the light in about 2 hours. Gosh, pesky. I'm filming this right at the end of October, after our clocks have changed. I can't stand the clock change. Anyway, what it means is, I'll lose the light in a couple of hours, 4 or so. So the priority is making all my stuff secure. I don't mean secure against theft, I mean secure against, we're now having 2 weeks of rain. So best use of my time right now is to get all of this into the house, apart from the poles. Get it all in. I can start sorting it in there, but even the stuff I'm not sorting, trays or that, just get it all indoors. I'm not putting it back in there. It's a filthy mess. Then once I've done that and I'm happy that everything is indoors and protected, you know, maybe that's going to take me 2 hours. I don't know, it shouldn't. But what I mean is, even after dark, then I can go to the shops and get the rubble sacks, good old Nixon's. So I can pop down there late this afternoon to get rubble sacks, and at this rate I might have to get a bottle of wine as well, because honestly this has done me. So then in the coming days, even when it's chucking with rain, as long as I've got my mask on, I can go in the shed and you know, over the next couple of days get all that rubble bagged up. In the meantime, yappy dog. Call someone, a rubbish removal, to come and remove my rubbish. So yeah, it's not ideal. I'll be in, but you know, it's chucking with rain, but I'll be underneath the roof of the shed. So yeah, it's not the ta-da dream makeover today, but like I said, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and good things come to those who wait. So for now, I'm going to say, well, that's it for today. I don't have a shed makeover to show you, but well, you can see it's underway. Yay! So I will see you all again really soon. I'm not sure when you will next see in there, just because of, like I said, because we've got this weather coming in. But hopefully, yeah, there might be the odd dry hour here or there, and I'll show it to you before too long, I hope. Right, I've just remembered the cat's gone in the house, hasn't he? So I'm just going to go and see where he's at, maybe get a quick cuddle. I need a cuddle, and then start lumping all this indoors. Time to get on. For now though, lovelies, cheerio. A quick PS. In my very dishevelled state, honestly, I'm dripping render everywhere I go. It's down my clothes, it's everywhere. Anyway, yeah, a quick PS. I've got everything back indoors now that needs to be, and then I popped out, actually before I got everything back indoors, I popped out to Nixon's to get some more rubble bags, yay! And then on my way home, I bumped into the lovely Wendy and Rob. Hello Wendy, hello Rob. Having watched my videos, they decided to come and have a little holiday in Swanage. And I'm so glad for them that today was actually sunny and the sea was blue, because it's been so grey and horrible recently. Anyway, so that was really lovely. I was feeling really quite sort of worn out and not demoralised. I wish I'd got further ahead today than I did, but you know, never mind. The point is I started the job. So yeah, I was feeling a little bit like, sort of kicking myself, like, oh, we've got rain coming, I wish I'd finished the job today, blah, blah, blah. And then I had my lovely encounter with Wendy and Rob. It was an absolute delight to meet you both today. Thank you for a lovely little natter and 2 really lovely cuddles. So thank you to them. I am now going to edit today's video, and then tomorrow in the rain, pop into the garden, pop into the shed and start bagging up all that rubble. I think it's going to take me about 20 bags. Good grief. Anyway, the shed transformation is underway.